And welcome back to Ship of Fools, a nautical D&D actual play podcast. My name is Hannah McLean, and I am, as always, your dungeon master on this nautical adventure. Joining me today, I have Andy Latai,
Finn Fisher,
Nolani Stevenson,
Regin Starkweather,
and Taylor Wallace.
Malachi Kassir.
And we are back on the Lunluma Ocean, probably. Things are a little bit cryptic right now. So let's do a quick recap, and then we will dive right in. So, last session, the team made their way to Solabon Cove with all of their allies in tow. You found the cove cleared out just as you had left it. No more signs of undead. The zombies that are left over from the curse that's lingered on that place for years, slowly continuing to disintegrate and be eaten by fish.
Fish food.
Settled in, you, sort of wrapped up any lingering business with your allies and parted from them with a sort of promise to head east to chase after the adventurer, to try and get to these sources of power that you know that the adventurer and Dr. Retfall, as well as other forces, are continuing to hunt down. You took Matt Black and the four of you, including Nurgle, set east through the Lightless Sea, planning to kind of stay the course in the Lightless Sea before going north into the Aberrant Sea. You had mostly smooth sailing for the first couple days, encountered a strange vision of a ghost ship with figures that looked suspiciously like you on it, but managed to get by that without too much trouble. However, on the second day, you happened to spot a light out over the ocean, very similar to the light that Malachi had glimpsed once before, and multiple times before in his dreams, and believes to be somehow connected to his god. You changed the course of Matt Black to try and follow the light, and just as you saw it starting to get closer, all of a sudden you blinked, and all three of you found yourselves in different places. Regin, you opened your eyes in a strange, colorful forest full of unfamiliar plants. Finn, you opened your eyes in a dry canyon where the only other sign of life was a small lizard. And Malachi, you found yourself standing on an endless open salt plain. Each of you alone and with no idea what was going on. So, we are actually going to pick up with Malachi.
Ah, great.
You, like I just said, you are standing on this open salt flat. It's, like, blindingly bright, especially because you've just come from the Lightless Sea. Your eyes are not adjusted at all. You were just kind of, like...
I whip off my cat eye sunglasses.
Yeah, you have to. You were just sort of straining your eyes.
And then I'm like, should I keep these on? Because it's so bright when I take them off. I exchange them with my normal cat eye sunglasses.
There you go. You pull out the normal cat eye sunglasses, which you haven't had cause to use in days. And you find that the sky over you is this, like, brilliant pale blue, and the ground is just white, stretching in all directions. You feel like, in some ways, it's like you can see for miles, because everything is just open and flat, but also it's so blinding that it's also like you can only barely see your feet in front of you. You look around. There's nothing.
And I don't see my friends.
You don't see your friends.
Regin? Finn?
Nobody answers, and you almost like, it almost feels like the land is swallowing your voice up.
Detect magic.
Yeah, you cast Detect Magic. You detect... Frankly, Detect Magic goes a little bit haywire. Go ahead and make an Arcana check for me to just kind of interpret what you're seeing.
6.
Okay. You are seeing, for sure, all around you, you're seeing magic, as if you are standing in a place that is inherently magical. I think most prominent would be the schools of, like, evocation, illusion, and transmutation are sort of, like, bouncing at you off the salt around you. Yeah, and I think with a 6, you can't really, it's almost like an overwhelming, like, whoa, this sure is magic somehow.
Divine sense!
Cool, Divine Sense. Divine Sense does not return anything. There's no celestial, fiend, or undead, or hallowed, or desecrated ground within 60 feet of you.
Well, those happen pretty instantaneously. I call out for you guys, nobody's there, and I immediately ping off my 2 pinging spells. Mm-hmm. Is my rock in my pocket?
Mm-hmm.
Does it look the same?
It does.
Great.
Actually, make a...
rock check? Geology check?
Make a wisdom saving throw.
A saving throw?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, at least you get aura.
Yeah, I get my
You
aura.
do get aura. Your wisdom saving throw is a lot better. Yeah.
Yeah. No, this is objectively better for me.
The implications are just worrying.
22.
Okay. Yeah, it looks the same as it has, although you do feel like a chill down your spine as you pull it out.
I shield it with my hands.
Okay.
I look around. Still nobody there, I assume.
Still nobody there, although as you look around, you hear a voice that sort of comes from everywhere and nowhere all at once, just surrounding you. You hear, "Hello, Malachi." The voice of the dreamer reverberates around you in the space. You can hear the amusement in her voice. You can almost taste it. It has been a long time since we've spoken, though of course I've never been too far away. Lovely to have you here. Welcome, welcome. So excited to finally get to play hostess.
Yeah, you weren't exactly a great hostess last time around, were you? Where is here exactly?
Well, that was unexpected. Lizzie was having her fun, and I was trying to let my daughter lead, but she doesn't understand how to throw a party, you know?
You know, parties usually have more than one person.
Oh, of course. You'll be wondering where your friends are. Well, I have good news for you. But first, just a small test. Just a small one. Just a test of how you are about following directions. In front of you, Malachi, you see just kind of like appearing, a path made out of stone.
Sick, I love this stuff.
Just kind of like rises up from the salt and sort of like winds away in front of you, disappearing into the brightness. And the dreamer goes, "Just follow the path for a little while. Just stay on it. Don't take a step to the left or to the right. Should be easy enough. And then, you know."
No, I don't.
Stab Finn.
And that's exactly right. I thought you didn't. But that's a bit of the point, isn't it? It's whether to see. Go on.
No.
What do you mean, no? You're just going to stand there?
Why would I take directions from you?
Well, what else are you going to do?
Is the path just like a straight path?
It like starts out straight and then it kind of like starts winding.
And I can't see anything change besides the appearance of the path, right? There's nothing to indicate where she might... Her voice is just, like, omnipresent.
It's all present, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
And you still have Detect Magic up. You don't see... The path does not ping as any different than the surroundings.
Okay.
Regin and Finn's dreams actually aren't magic. They just both happen to fall asleep instantly.
Regin is just tripping fucking balls right now. You ever been so blitzed you woke up in a Dr. Seuss book, man? That's where I'm at. That feel when you wake up and there's a wallet in your pocket?
Or are you just happy to see me? Or what if entirely unrelated malevolent entities have trapped us in our dreams?
The Thunderer was like, hey, I've got a great idea.
And if I do?
Then you find what you're looking for.
Which is what?
Well, I was assuming most pressingly your friends. Also, maybe I know more than you do. Maybe I know what you're looking for, Malachi Kassir. Do you know what you're looking for?
I don't think you know me at all. And if I don't?
If you don't follow the path?
Yeah.
Well, then you'd be breaking a rule, which would be exciting.
Whose rule? Yours?
My rule. My plane, my rules.
Lady, you gotta make up your mind. What do you want?
No answer.
Are there other rules?
Why don't you start by following this one and we'll find out.
Does the path, start where I'm standing, or do I have to, walk to it?
Yes. It, starts...
Is it, under my feet already?
It's, not quite... if you take one step, you'll be on it. Right now, you're not standing. You're just standing on the salt. But if you take one step, you'll be on the path.
I turn around and look behind me. It doesn't continue behind me?
No. It's just salt in that direction.
How do I know that you have my friends? How do I know you can bring them back or bring me to them?
It's at this point that you start hearing screaming coming from the general direction that the path seems to lead in. At first, it just sounds like a generic voice, but over the kind of 3 or 4 seconds that pass, it starts sounding like Finn's voice.
Ah! Ah! Ah!
That doesn't mean anything, obviously, unless... He doesn't sound that pained.
Ow!
Is this even real?
You're not getting any answers, but if you'd like to make an insight check, I'll allow it.
Yes, I would. Mm-hmm. And I'd also like to try and lick the salt. 24!
Okay. Yeah, no. Not Finn screaming.
Yeah.
Definitely. This is all fuckery. It's designed to fuck with you. All the same, the rule has been established, and the dreamer sounds to you genuinely amused. Like she has no idea what you're going to do, but she's really excited to find out.
Okay. Does the salt have, can I taste the salt? Does it feel like I'm physically in this place?
It does feel like you're physically in this place, yes. And your insight check tells you that you are physically somewhere.
That was not where we were a second ago.
That is not where you were.
Okay.
Yeah, you do not feel like you are still standing on Matt Black. You are somewhere else.
I'm not, in a dream vision.
If you are, it's a tangible one.
I slap myself in the face.
Yeah, you feel it.
Yeah. Fuck. I will step forward onto the path.
Okay. You feel the rocks beneath your feet. You take one step. You hear the dreamer go, "There you go, I was beginning to think we were just going to stand here."
I can't see anything about where this ends, can I?
No. The screaming stops.
Wow.
I'm going on break.
I'm gonna follow the path for a little bit.
Okay.
Slowly, I guess.
You walk along the path slowly.
Do I have all my stuff?
Yes, you do have all your stuff. You have all the stuff that you had on you when you were standing on Matt Black. You still have. Nothing has changed. It's all there. You can feel the rocks beneath your feet. They feel solid. You can still sort of feel the dreamer's presence, almost like when you can tell that there's still someone on the other end of the phone, but they're not saying anything. You walk, for 2 minutes.
Sure. Can I also be, holding my rock and, checking to see if anything's going on there while I'm doing this?
Yeah, you're holding it. Are you holding it, concealed or out?
In my fist.
Okay.
And, maybe peeking at it every once in a while, but I also don't like having it out for the dreamer, so I don't know.
Yeah. Your rock feels solid. You don't feel anything kind of changing about it, nothing that sort of shifts about it. You follow the path. As you walk, the path is sort of pulling away behind you, and the end of it where you started gets kind of lost in the light, until you're just sort of walking along it and you can see it stretching behind you and in front of you. After maybe 3 or 4 minutes, you hear the dreamer go, Good. Well, alright. That's probably about what I expected. Keep walking just a couple more steps now.
I stop walking. I walk a couple steps backwards.
You walk backward. She's like, okay, not that direction.
Is there an endpoint here?
Yeah, a couple more steps.
Why am I listening to you?
Well, why do you listen to anyone, Malachi Kassir? I gave you an order.
I step off the path.
Cool. You step off the path. You step off the path and fall. All of a sudden, you are just dropping through this, like, expanse of white nothingness. The dreamer laughs, and she goes, "There it is! Wow! Ah, what an interesting choice! Delightful." And you're falling. We're gonna cut over to Finn.
Great, this was eventful, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Finn, you're in a canyon. It is dry. It is empty. This lizard looked at you and ran away, kind of forward through the canyon and kind of like was lost around a corner. You feel strange, Finn, in a way that like takes you a second to figure out what you're feeling. And then you realize it's the absence of the ocean. You've probably never been this far from the sea before. Which you can just sort of like theoretically, the sea could be just on the other side of this mountain that's next to you, but you can kind of feel that there's no ocean for miles around.
Well, this sucks. I look up. Does the sky just look normal?
Yeah, the sky looks normal, blue. You can't actually see the sun, but the sky is like full daylight.
Well, I also use detect magic.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead and make an Arcana check for me.
19.
19, okay. You get the same sort of cocktail of transmutation, evocation, illusion. With it comes the sort of like understanding that like illusion is making things look like what they are not, and transmutation is changing things into something else, and evocation is like, most like teleport spells are evocation. I think you also get that kind of like ahead of you, where the lizard ran, the magic feels a little bit different, kind of like stronger on the transmutation, sort of like forward through the bottom of the canyon.
All right, I follow that lizard.
Okay. You walk forward, kind of feeling the, like, mixture of sand and rocks beneath your feet. You round a bend, and you see that the canyon sort of, like, opens up into a bigger valley. It's where you were before was pretty narrow, maybe only, like, 10 feet from rock wall to rock wall. But here it kind of, like, opens up into a wider space. And in the middle of this space is a very small pool of crystal clear water.
Oh, thank God.
Next to the pool, there is a single tree, and leaning up against the tree is a giant fish. Just sort of like leaning there, looking like he doesn't have a care in the world. He does not look to be in distress. He's not like flopping around or anything. You see more of these kind of like small lizards around the pool, and they are like running back and forth from the pool to the fish, and you see as they kind of like, they'll drink from the pool, and then they'll run over to the fish and like spray water from their mouths onto the fish. Just kind of like spritzing him with a water bottle almost, except it's coming from their mouths. And these lizards are just kind of like running back and forth, continuously doing this. And the fish's eyes are sort of like half closed, but in like a lazy way rather than like a dead way.
Wow, I greet the fish. I'm like, hello, sir. How are you?
The fish's eyes...
It's a girl fish.
The fish's eyes very slowly open. And he goes, "Well, hey there. Welcome. Don't get a lot of travelers through these parts."
Yeah, I bet. Pretty, inhospitable. Where are these parts?
Oh, for a question like that, let's get to know each other a little better. Come sit down.
Gladly. Mind if I sit in the water?
Oh, for sure. Help yourself.
Phew. Good. Yes, it's a scorcher out here. I've been dehydrated. And I go sit in the water.
Cool. You sit in the water kind of like next to this fish. So you're sort of like looking up at him. He kind of looks down at you with like, he's got like, his other eye is on the other side of his body, so he's only looking at you with one eye at this point. It just kind of like flicks down to you, and the fish goes, Well, yes, you welcome to my little oasis. I hang out here with my little lizard friends. We have a good life. What brings you through here?
Oh, great question. I was kind of hoping you could tell me.
Oh, yes, I'm a very wise fish. I know a lot of things. Before I answer a question like that, though, how about you give me your name at least?
Oh, give you my name? Or what is my name?
Why don't you give it to me?
I look down at a lizard and I say, "Hi, my name's Finn."
No, not to the lizard. To me.
I'll trade you for yours.
Oh. Fun. Good suggestion. Unfortunately, I don't have a name right now, so I can't trade.
Oh,
but, you
jeez.
know, that's okay. You made a good effort.
How about Barnaby?
Wow, have you just given me the name Barnaby? Okay.
Yeah, I think it suits you.
Yeah, okay, I'll take that. Barnaby. Yes, you are in the dreamer's realm. Welcome. The dream.
Oh my god. Oh, wow, that's probably bad.
Oh, you don't like her?
Well, it's more that she doesn't like me. I don't think.
Yeah, she's a cantankerous type. Mm-hmm. And those daughters of hers, my god.
Oh, are they around?
Oh, they're around somewhere. They don't really like it here, or at least the little one. Sometimes the little one comes by and shows me her dolls and whatnot.
Oh, like this?
The older one never comes through.
And I pull out my doll that Lizzie made.
Yes, just like that. Wow, that one looks like you.
Uh-huh.
She must have taken a shine to you.
Yeah, I'd actually like to see her again. Just probably not anyone else.
Well, you know, if you take kind of two, out through the back of the canyon, take a couple of lefts, you will run into the, the big party. And there I'm sure she'll be.
Oh, a party?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh. Is it dry and hot there?
No, it's beautiful. They've got great food, but it's very tiring. And you can kind of, one of those parties where once you get sucked in, it's kind of hard to leave. So
I've been there.
yes, although you might have to run through the field first, especially if you're a trespasser here. You know how it is. The forests.
If I'm in the realm of dream, does that mean I'm sleeping? Can I wake up?
Well, I don't really know. Like I said, we don't get a lot of travelers. You could try waking up.
Finn pinches himself on the arm.
You feel the pinch. It's painful, but nothing else happens.
Ow. I start screaming in agony, and it's the screams that Malachi heard. Oh, I pinched too hard! Oh!
Seems like a disproportionate reaction.
Yes,
well, you're in a dream, you see, but you are also in a place. It's very confusing. Just as the dreamer herself, her sort of specialty is manifesting things. She took the latent power of the Feywild and was able to create this place for herself.
Oh, wow. Can anyone do that? Can I make one of these?
You could try.
I concentrate really hard and try to create a plane.
Give me a charisma check.
10.
Nothing happens.
Rats. Maybe someday.
Yeah, I think you almost got it.
I know, I could feel it for a second.
Yeah.
I looked down at the pool I'm in. It was just going to be like this, but way bigger.
Oh. That would be a sight to see. My goodness.
Yeah.
Imagine water like this, but all over the place. Wow.
Yeah, you ever been to the ocean?
The what?
The ocean. It's like water like this, but all over the place.
I don't think that doesn't sound real.
Come on. And then I want to use my fish telepathy to project, like, a mental image of the ocean into his mind from my memories.
Wow. His fish eye, gets really big. And he's like, wow, that is a lot of water.
Yeah, it's pretty great.
Maybe too much, even.
Oh, no such thing, my friend.
Well, you should be on your way. I am glad to have met you. I am glad that you have given me this name. Although I think perhaps that was probably wise of you to give me that one instead of your own name, you know?
Yeah, you don't look like a Finn to me. It'd be too on the nose.
It's true. No subtlety there. Good luck. Watch out for the dreamer and her daughters.
Oh, I will.
Tell them I say hi.
All right. Will they know who I mean if I say Barnaby says hi?
No.
Oh, well, that's their problem.
But also maybe. The dreamer sort of seems to know everything.
All right. Before I go, you want me to give you a big splash?
Oh, that would be lovely. The lizards can only do a little bit at a time.
All right. I'm going to use shape water to just deliver an absolutely massive blast of water to him.
You kind of drench him with this water, and he goes, "Ow! That was a lot of water."
Oh, geez, sorry.
It's okay, I'm just not used to it.
I didn't do it hard.
This is surprising. Took me by surprise. Maybe I will see. I will concentrate on making an ocean like the one you talked about.
Oh, nice. All right, well, good luck with that. And good luck with whatever your goals are.
He closes his eyes and seems to be concentrating.
Are you winking at me? I can't tell because I can only see one eye.
Go around and look at the other eye.
Oh, okay, got it. All right, see you around.
Probably not.
That's fair. And I make sure that I'm nice and soaked, and then I continue onward.
Cool. You continue onward.
He was nice.
We're gonna cut back over to Regin. Regin, you are standing in this forest. Unlike Malachi and Finn, you are not being kind of blinded in terms of volume of light, but there are a lot of colors. You went from everything around you being very gray to just like all of these colors. It's natural. There aren't like pink trees or anything like that, but the leaves are all just like very vibrant. There's lots of flowers around. You see that a lot of these trees have fruit growing from them. There's like an apple tree, a cherry tree, an orange tree, as well as some trees that are bearing like fruit that you've never seen before in your life, but that clearly look edible and delicious. It's like every single apple on that tree is like perfectly red and looks perfectly ripe. You hear from behind you a crunching sound, like someone is eating an apple.
I turn around.
You turn around and you see, leaning against a tree, arms crossed across his chest, long hair kind of like tied back in a ponytail that comes over one shoulder, is Heartmark, with an apple in his hand, looking alive and fine.
I thought it was going to be Barnaby again.
Just kind of grinning at you as he takes another bite of the apple and goes, "Hey."
No. Fuck you.
What?
I look up and I look around at the sky. I'm like, fuck off. Fucking hate this shit. Stop. God.
Malachi, when he was on the path, did hear the faint stop.
Heartmark is just kind of looks like slightly hurt, and it's like, "Oh, come on, no need to be like that."
Oh, come on, you're a hallucination. Sorry.
Oh.
Christ, I hate it here.
A hallucination?
Well, you're not a hallucination. You're an illusion or something. You're not real.
You sure that's an illusion? He, like, starts walking over toward you and kind of, like, reaches out his hand like he's gonna touch you.
I let him.
He puts his hand on your shoulder and it feels real. It doesn't pass through it or anything. He just sort of, like, lays his hand, rests there. He goes, "Does feel like an illusion?"
No, but yes. Fuck. Is there anything useful around me in any way?
There's like sticks and stuff. Again, there's these fruit trees. There's leaves and foliage. You don't see any sign of any animals or anything. You also don't see like a clear path or a place where the trees are lighter.
Okay.
Send Regin the path.
I pick up a stick and I'm like, back, foul beast.
He kind of like backs up and somewhat like teasingly raises his hands, takes another bite of the apple, is like, "Oh, come on. Really so fantastical to believe that maybe I'm not dead."
Yes, it is. I am so at peace with this right now. I swear to God, I am so well adjusted and over this.
Yeah, you're doing great. Wow, you're so well adjusted. This is clearly the face of a well-adjusted man. Mm-hmm.
I am trying so hard right now.
Come on, maybe I didn't die.
No.
Maybe some other being intervened and swept me away.
Fuck.
Wouldn't that be nice? Isn't it gorgeous here? Look at all these colors.
You raise an interesting point.
And this, I believe, best apple I've ever had in my life. Every time I eat an apple here, best apple I've ever had in my life. He pulls one off the tree right next to him and tosses it over to you.
I dodge.
You dodge.
No, there's some sort of fucking rule about eating fairy food. I don't remember what it is, but I'm pretty sure you're not supposed to do it. Turns you gay or something.
I have bad news about that one, Riggs.
Fuck! Look, I really, really wish that this was real and that what happened didn't happen the way I thought it did, and that you were, fucking off in some elvish party demi-plane trip fucking astro world shit. I really wish that was the case, but I know it's not, and I have spent years at this point getting used to a world without you in it, and what I have done. And there's a lot of things I wish I could say to you, but...
He takes a couple steps closer again. He's like, we used to chase after all kinds of beautiful dreams, though.
I'm going to very gently take his hands in mine, and I'm going to cast Dispel Magic.
Whoa! Cool! Yeah. Make a check. Make a check with your spell, add your charisma or whatever you're supposed to add.
Come on, dice.
And don't forget about your sorcery point to reroll thing. I think that can apply here.
True. Oh, it better, because I just rolled a 5. Okay, spending 1 sorcery point for magical guidance. 24.
Okay. You take his hands, and you see him, start to kind of, lean a little bit closer to you and start to get this kind of faint smile. And just as he starts to smile, you cast Dispel Magic. You see him kind of, take a step back. And as he steps back, you see his whole form flicker into this sort of, shriveled-looking monster creature with these sharp teeth and these yellow eyes. And in that second, as he, stumbles back and kind of growls at you, and then disappears. And you are left.
What the fuck?
Standing alone in the forest.
Oh, I didn't like that at all. Oh, I was hoping he would just, gently vanish in a stream of sparkles. Why? Oh, I'm wiping my hands on my pants. Fuck. Christ, I hate it here. I'm gonna build a fire.
Okay.
Regin burns down another forest.
Worked last time. You kind of start gathering together some twigs. You start building a fire. You cast Shocking Grasp, and you get the twigs to catch in your little fire kind of right here in the middle of the clearing. And just as you do, the flame sort of flares up a lot more quicker and more unexpected. It flares up in your face. And as you kind of blink back, all of a sudden you are sitting on the ground. Nothing around, no signs of fire around you. You are sitting on the ground in the middle of a field of wheat. Just these kind of this wheat slightly waving in the wind around you. As you are sitting here, you all of a sudden see someone walking toward you off to your left, and you see Finn. Finn, you had taken a few steps forward, and basically, as soon as you got around the bend from Barnaby, all of a sudden you weren't walking through the canyon anymore, you were walking through a wheat field. And kind of as you take a few steps forward, you see Regin sitting on the ground in front of you.
Oh, hey, dude.
Oh, hey, man.
You here too, huh?
What the fuck?
Oh, we're in the Dreamer's Plane of Dreams.
Fuck.
A huge fish explained it to me.
What's something that only the real Finn would know? Do you have any weird organs that I should know about?
Where to start?
All right.
Wait a second. If you're the real Regin, you'd already know about my weird organs.
Malachi falls from the sky and hits the ground in front of you. Just sort of... Malachi, make a dexterity saving throw for me.
Malachi makes a Malachi-shaped crater in the wheat.
Oh, hey, dude.
Did that guy look familiar to you?
Ring a bell.
You peer into the crater. Oh, not so bad. 14.
Okay, cool. You land on your feet. You manage to kind of like land pretty heavily on your feet.
I make 2 foot-shaped craters, and I pull my little knees up out of them.
Oh, that's bad for the joints.
Yeah, I could feel it.
Hey, Malachi, you're here too?
Oh, thank fucking God.
No.
I hug both of them.
Wait, tell me something. Tell me. Stop squeezing me so tight.
Oh, God.
What's something only the real Malachi would know? How much money is hidden inside your body right now?
You already had your allowance, Regin.
Fuck. Okay. Yeah, you're real too.
Regin, what's 7 times 9? Yep, that's the real Regin.
Are you guys okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. A little dehydrated, but I just had a nice rinse.
She fucking...
Yeah, Finn is slightly wet and, like, dripping a bit.
Oh God, only slightly.
I remove my arm from wet Finn.
She sicked another fake heart mark on me.
Wow, unoriginal. Oh yeah, Malachi, this is the Dreamer's place. I don't know if you're aware.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I already spoke with her.
What? Man,
Oh, you got it straight.
I only spoke to Barnaby.
Who?
You know, the big fish.
It doesn't matter.
Well, don't let him hear you say that.
Have you guys just been waiting here?
I just got here.
No, I've been walking. This is all happening in rapid succession.
Okay. You didn't follow a path, right?
No.
I followed a canyon.
Okay. And Heartmark's gone.
Yeah, he was not,
I hear there's a party up ahead.
We should not go to the party.
I look up at the sky and I'm like, I will still light it on fire, you big bitch. And so I start trying to light the wheat field on fire too.
Okay. All 3 of you make a perception check for me.
14.
13.
22.
Okay. Regin, you look around, starting to get ready to light the wheat on fire. You spot, that, like, maybe 20 feet away from you guys, there's, like, a gap or a depression in the wheat field as if there's something there. And you also notice that kind of, like, in between you and that 20-foot away spot, there are, oddly enough, a couple of mushrooms. Just a couple of them. Growing out of the ground, kind of like amongst the wheat.
As mushrooms are wont to do. Can you describe the mushrooms a little bit?
Mm-hmm. They're red, and have kind of like slight, like white speckles on the red caps.
Classic mushroom.
A classic mushroom.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And they're big.
Quintessential.
Platonic ideal of a mushroom.
Big, but not like supernaturally big. Just like if you know Lonnie were walking in the woods and saw that, you'd be like, whoa, guys, check out the big mushroom. But not like supernaturally giant.
So true.
We can't use them as stools.
No. Unless you were to shrink somehow.
Yeah, so I try and light the wheat field on fire.
Cool.
Hey, we're standing here.
I'm gonna step a little this way.
You start casting Shocking Grasp and kind of like trying to get a spark going. Finn and Malachi back up a bit.
And control flames, which I also have.
True. Kind of what, yeah, once you get a spark going, you control flames, start trying to kind of like fan the wheat around you. As soon as you start doing that, the first of the mushrooms pops out of the ground. You see a small man standing there. The mushroom turns into this red, like, hat that he's wearing. He looks like just like a small old man who looks very angry. He's got these like giant iron boots on, and this like.
All right, I've completely lost the plot. I think I've cracked.
All right, I think you're burning down this fellow's home, so maybe
A big sickle. He's got a big sickle in his hand. And as he pops up, 2 more pop up behind him from the other 2 mushrooms. And you see behind them that depression that you'd noticed in the wheat is starting to kind of like rumble and shake a little bit, although you can't yet see what's there. And the little guy is the first one who's kind of closest to you, goes, "Intruder!" And I need everyone to roll initiative.
We can't just go burning down wheat fields. These are people's homes and livelihoods.
21.
We are in the dream as fuck shit place.
Yeah, and there are other little guys here. That's an 8.
A beefy old 6.
Okay. Finn, you actually act first. You see these 3 kind of like gnome-like creatures who are standing in front of you looking like they're about to charge. And then beyond that, there is some sort of creature in the wheat, but you can't see whatever it is because it's still kind of concealed.
Hello? Be ye friend or be ye foe?
Ah!
Alright, that sounds like foe.
I'm going to chop your knees!
Oh, no, those are one of my favorite joints. How else will I swim the butterfly? How tall are they?
They are small, so they are like 3 feet tall.
Malachi, do you have any shin guards?
I stick my shin in front of Finn's.
Well, this works for me. I don't know about you. Alright, I'm just gonna Eldritch Blast, the closest one.
Go for it.
That's an 11 and a 12.
Wow, those don't hit.
Those were warning shots!
The little guy is surprisingly spry. You kind of like go to shoot and he just like leaps out of the way with alacrity. Do you have anything else you'd like to do?
No.
Okay.
Honestly, a tentacle seems like overkill for these little guys.
The other guys are going to go now. One of them is going to come just sprinting toward you, Finn, and is going to kick you with its iron boots. So I need you to make a dexterity saving throw for me. You do get Malachi's aura on this.
Now 1.
Oh,
so that's an 8.
Oh.
Cool. You take...
I'm gonna intercept this, by the way.
Okay. 19 bludgeoning damage. Go ahead and tell me how much you reduced that by, Taylor.
Finn once again screams in agony. Ah!
That's -8 from what? So he takes what, 11 damage?
Yeah. And you are also knocked prone, Finn, as this, you were just stomped and knocked to the ground, by this little guy, who then kind of, like, cackles down at you.
What are you hoping to achieve?
You shouldn't be here!
I agree!
At this point, the, creature hidden in the wheat is going to take its turn. You guys see a strand of wheat, basically like a rope made out of a bunch of wheat strands that have sort of like winded themselves together, comes winding along the ground, and is going to just wrap itself around Finn.
Ah!
I need another dexterity saving throw from you, Andy.
It's he who walks behind the rose. 9.
Wow.
This plane does not agree with me.
Cool. This wheat wraps itself around you. You are grappled and restrained and prone. And it is at this point that you hear a voice kind of coming from deeper in the wheat. This low voice just goes, "You should get out of here. We're trying to have a nice dream and you're an invader."
I'd love to get out of here.
We would love nothing more.
Got any tips?
And behind you guys, or kind of like also out in the wheat, there's like a rumbling, as you see basically what looks like a boulder just kind of rises from under the wheat. You say, "Brother," and this boulder begins rolling toward you guys. It is just going to slam right into Finn.
No!
With advantage, because you're...
Why am I at the front?
Just kind of... Well, you see, once it got you with the first one,
We explicitly established that Malachi was human shielding me.
That is,
We did.
20 to hit.
I didn't know there was a boulder coming.
You would have to roll to not be knocked prone, except you're already prone. But you are still going to take...
I shut my eyes as it's rolling towards me. It's only a dream, it's only a dream, it's only a
You
dream!
take 15 bludgeoning damage. from this giant rock standing into you, and then sort of
Bad dream!
straightens up into a guy who's just standing there with like little arms kind of like coming down and this sort of like grumbly face. Just this like rock man, who looks much more rock than man.
I call up to the sky, to the dreamer. I could give you some notes on this.
No response.
Friend of yours, Malachi.
Oh my god, is that your mom?
Absolutely not.
Clearly too small to be his mom. Other than that, it totally could be.
No, it could not.
That is going to be another one of these little guys is going to, the little red hat guys is going to run forward and attack Malachi. A 17 doesn't hit, right?
No.
25 will hit.
Suppose so.
And then what about a... No, that won't hit either. So you just take 11 slashing damage. And then it's your turn.
Me?
Mm-hmm. You have two of these little red hat guys in melee with you and Finn. You also have this rock thing that is standing next to you. And then you know that there's another of the red hat guys a little way away, and then something in the grass.
How far away is the presumed thing?
I'm gonna say just 30 feet away from you guys.
Is there any way we can avoid this fight?
Are you just yelling that?
I'm speaking to the little dudes in front of me. We don't want to fight with you. We'd like to leave your field.
Just make an insight check for me.
21.
They seem very motivated in a way that is tough to argue with, and I think you at this point have kind of like been here long enough and experienced here long enough to kind of realize that things here probably don't follow the rules of logic experienced in the normal world. They do kind of continue to be like, get out of here! So you could try turning and running.
Which way?
They're all standing on one side of you. Like, they are kind of all, they're not trying to, like, box you in, although, admittedly, Finn is currently wrapped up in a strand of wheat.
Yeah.
We gotta get back to Barnaby!
I do want to chop the wheat thing that's holding Finn.
Okay.
Can I do that?
Yeah, you can make an attack.
Oh no, Malachi's gonna stab me again!
Finn, that was one time, and it was her fault! 26 to hit.
Hits. Yeah.
Oh, phew, he was just going for the vine.
9 damage.
Okay. You deal 9 damage, Finn is not released.
Fuck. The dragon thing where I can add damage to a roll, that's a reaction.
You can give yourself resistance as a reaction. As a bonus action, you can give yourself bonus damage. If you want to have done that before you attacked, I'll allow it.
Cool. Sure.
Okay.
Fire damage.
Okay.
Fire damage, so an extra, what, d4?
Yeah.
Ah, I rolled a 4!
Wow.
So it's actually going to be 13 total damage, and 4 of that's fire damage.
Okay. The fire damage does not appear to hurt it any more than the normal damage, but it is hurt.
Nice.
The strands are kind of like fraying, but not quite cut through yet. And you hear from in the depths of the wheat field, you hear that voice again go, "My hair!"
Oh. I'm not a barber.
Well, you're acting like one!
You should really go see someone after this. I chop again.
Okay, go ahead and make another attack.
Dirty 20.
Hits.
9 additional damage.
Okay, that'll do it. You cut through
Nice.
the remaining strands of wheat. Finn is freed, although you are no longer grappled or restrained, though you are still prone.
Can I haul him to his feet with
No.
my bonus action or movement?
You used your bonus action and no. But you do free him. And you hear the creature in the wheat go, "Hey! My beautiful hair!
My beautiful knees!
They're not so beautiful! They're just ordinary knees!
Then why did you want them?
I don't want them! What are you thinking I am?
I don't know. Why are you grabbing things that you don't even want?
You can't have my knees!
I want you out of my field!
Then why are you holding him down?
I can't get out of the field if you take my knees. I need them to run.
You looked easier to kill!
Yeah.
Malachi, do you have anything else?
We can just go.
Do you want to use your movement?
Well, I don't want to leave them out of my aura is the thing. Are all the guys right now within melee range of the 3 of us?
One of the red caps is still not closed with you, and the thing in the grass has not yet closed with you, but the other 3 are.
So the rock and the 2 little shrooms.
The rock and the 2 little shrooms, yeah.
And how close are we to the edge of this field?
You do not see an edge to the field.
Where did you guys come in? That's to Finn and Regin.
Finn, you just kind of appeared in the middle of the field.
I point back the way I came.
I just materialized.
Okay. In that case, I will not move.
Okay. Cool. In that case, it is Reagan's turn.
How's my little fire doing?
It is, it lit. It is not burning especially hard, but it is kind of there if you wanted to fan it.
Could I, BA fan it?
You could if you, quicken spell control flames.
So true. I'll do that.
Okay.
So I'll spend 2 to quicken a cantrip. Cringe of me, but that's fine. Control flames. Make that go more.
Okay, you make it go more. Go ahead and give me a charisma check in addition.
9.
Okay, the flames continue. You get the sense as well, Regin, as you do this, it responds to you even quicker than it normally does. The fire, I mean. And you've found the same thing when you were making your little fire before. Your ability to, alter the terrain of this place seems heightened, is kind of what you're processing as you try to. But a 9 is not high enough to get it to go to get a surge of fire. So you just kind of spread it to a little, whatever control flames normally allows, I think 5 feet. But you do get the feeling that potentially you could get it to go way more.
Something's fucky here. Can we get out of here? Can we go?
Would love to.
If I start running, will you guys come too?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna pick a direction and start running.
Okay. Do you want to disengage action?
Yes.
Can you disengage and go, generally towards the guy that grabbed Finn?
The hairy creature? Sure. Yeah, I can run generally that way.
Okay. So you've got 30 feet of movement. He's 30 feet away. That would put you in melee with him when you end. Is that what you want? Do you want to end up right next to this thing, or do you want to end up a little ways away from this thing, but in that same general direction?
I think a little ways away. Yeah,
okay.
I'm not trying to engage with anybody.
Cool. You run over there. Go ahead and make me a perception check as you get closer to this thing.
17.
Okay. You see kind of crouched there in the brush is this a little dirt creature with wheat coming off of him hair and what looked like kind of goat legs just sort of crouched there in the grass and kind of looks over at you with these slightly wild eyes as you come over there. It's hey, don't come over here, there's plenty of guys to fight over that way.
I look at him and I'm like, what the fuck are you? What? Ew.
What the fuck are you? You're the one who doesn't live here. I live here.
I know. I would like to leave.
Fucking leave then.
Alright, fuck you.
Let us.
Hey, you want to get a drink after this or something? I like your vibe.
I don't know, maybe show up at the party.
Alright. I keep running.
Cool. That is going to be the remaining Redcap's turn. It is going to run over and attack Finn because he's prone. So that will be...
No! Attack me! I hit your wheat.
No.
Yeah, attack him!
He doesn't really care about the wheat.
Wow! He's the one who got all pissed when Regin set it on fire.
First one's a 21 to hit. Second one is a... Ooh! Second one's a crit. And the third one is... The third one is also going to hit. So that's...
Not my knees!
2 hits and a critical.
Okay, can I intercept the crit?
Yes, you can. So let me do that one first. Oh boy.
I rolled max, so you're getting 14 subtracted from whatever this is.
Okay. From 16. So you take 2 damage from that total.
Hell yeah!
Then from the other 2 attacks, you take 14 slashing damage between those 2 other attacks.
God damn.
As this little thing just slices into you 3 times.
Ow! Ow! Ow!
And it's just kind of looking down at you ah!
I never should have left the pond.
He's got these beady eyes and these sharp little teeth. Okay, Finn, that is your turn. You are prone and have multiple guys, 4 at this point, the rock guy and all 3 red caps kind of standing there around you.
Okay, so if I disengage, I don't take opportunity attacks from any of them, right?
Correct.
Cool. What does it take for me to get up?
Half your movement.
Okay, so I'm gonna get up, disengage, and then run after Regin.
Cool. So you move 15 feet after Regin, and are now kind of away from all the little guys.
I'm leaving!
Delightful.
Doing what you want! Also,
yes.
Can I reach out with my telepathy and see if I can detect Barnaby nearby? Like, if I sense back the way I came.
Yeah. No, you can't. You kind of reach out with your telepathy, but the physical space of this dream world is not such that you can access Barnaby.
Okay. And as bonus action, I'm gonna summon my tentacle, like, right where I am.
Neat. That is the first red cap's turn. This first one is going to try and stomp Malachi with his boots. So it kind of
You're like 2 feet tall!
charges towards you and just sweeps out with these iron boots. I need a dexterity saving throw from you.
Everyone forgets about the legs. Not me, I'm all too conscious of my legs. It never seems to help, though. 17.
Okay, cool. You used your training from yoga on the beach all those weeks ago, and managed to avoid as he attempts to sweep your legs out from under you.
I jump over them.
Yeah.
Ha! You're too short.
The little guy in the grass, Regin, after having this banter with you, just kind of picks up 2 rocks out of nowhere and chucks both of them at you. Actually, Malachi cut his hair. He's gonna chuck them at Malachi. So that is going to be...
Sorry about your hair.
First one will be a 21 to hit.
Sure.
Okay. And then the second one, is a 20 to hit. So...
Fine.
How
dare you use my brethren against me?
Sorry.
Those could be my cousins.
16 bludgeoning damage from the first one.
Oh, just from one?
Wow, he's got quite the arm.
Okay, so 16 damage from the first one, and 22 damage from the second one.
Just from some rocks?
Just from some rocks.
Damn.
This never would have happened if Nurgle was here.
It's true.
Sick. I'm not even bloodied, so take that.
Get the fuck out of my field!
We're trying!
The rock guy is also going to try and slam you, Malachi.
I put up my X against his fist.
And that hits. That's a 26.
God damn.
So you take...
Keep running, guys!
just 9 bludgeoning damage.
Now I'm bloodied.
The little guy, the other little guy, is going to charge after Finn.
Oh, God.
Hey, get back here!
Doesn't get advantage this time.
Is he leaving my melee?
He is, yeah, but you don't have a reaction.
He's developed a taste for my knees.
I've developed a taste for your blood! Does a... 13 doesn't hit, right?
No.
What about a 19?
Yes.
Third one is also a 13, so that won't hit either. So just 11 slashing damage.
I am going to use my Gift of the Gem Dragon to blast him away from me.
Okay.
So the red cap has to make a strength saving throw.
Okay.
Aw, come on, I'm just a little guy.
Wow. Makes it. That's a 23.
Jesus Christ. So he takes 8 damage.
Okay.
But he does not get pushed away.
Damn.
Okay. Malachi, that is you.
Alright, how far away are they all from me?
Finn is 15 feet from you. Regin is 35 feet from you. The enemies, you've got 2 red caps and the rock in melee.
Are they all within 30 feet of me?
Yes. You've got 3 in melee, 1 that's 15 feet away, and 1 that's 30 feet away.
For my action, I'm gonna use my Channel Divinity and turn the Faithless.
Yeah, for sure. What happens?
They all got a wisdom save.
Okay. The rock actually is not a fae. What else gets affected?
It's just Fae and Fiends.
Okay, but all of the rest of them are. So, the guy in the grass gets an 18, actually. But
Damn.
the red caps get an 8, a 5, and a 6.
Yeah, they definitely all fail.
Cool.
So they are turned for 1 minute or until they take damage.
Okay.
And turned creatures must spend their turns trying to move away as far from me as it can, and it can't willingly move to a space within 30 feet of me. Also cannot take reactions is the key part here.
Cool. Yeah.
And for its action, it can only use a dash or try to escape.
Yeah.
If there's nowhere to move, it can just dodge.
Absolutely, for sure.
Also, if anyone's true form was concealed, that's revealed, but I think they're just mushrooms.
Yeah, no one's true form is concealed here. They're just little guys.
Okay, the good news is there's only going to be one person with an opportunity attack when I leave, right?
So yeah, if you want to run.
Okay, so the rock will get an opportunity attack when I run to catch up with my friends.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so you grab for your holy symbol, and there is a blast of light that goes out. All 3 red caps kind of like stumble back, shrieking and covering their eyes. They're like, ah! That's not the dream at all!
Just let us leave!
Ah! You start to run toward Finn. The rock will take an opportunity attack and will hit. So you take... God damn, I'm rolling well. You take 15 bludgeoning damage as you run.
I'm going to intercept that on myself
Cool.
because I have reaction now.
Yep, you do.
Okay, so I take 5.
Nice. Yeah, cool. Regin, that is your turn.
I keep running.
Okay. Do you want to do anything else or just move full 70 feet?
I'll take my 70.
Okay, cool. You take your 70 feet.
Oh, you know what? Actually, I'll just take my 35 and I'll embiggen the flames again.
Okay. Yeah, you embiggen the flames again. Go ahead and make me another charisma check.
19.
You reach your hand back, Regin, and kind of like bring it across, and the fire like leaps larger, and kind of like starts to blaze across this wheat field, like it catches all of a sudden on something dry. And you see this growing into a kind of like genuine inferno. Awesome.
Hell yeah, brother.
The red cap at the bottom of the turn is turned. We'll just kind of go, ah! And just run in the opposite direction from Malachi. Finn, that is your turn.
I'm just gonna dash and run after Regin, run past Regin, in fact.
Nice.
And just shout again, we're getting out of your field, we're doing it right now, exactly what you asked.
Do you want to do anything with your bonus action?
Do you still have a potion?
Yeah, I'm gonna drink my potion of greater healing that I have.
Yeah, go ahead. It's 44 plus 4, I believe.
Now, Hannah, I have a question. Mm-hmm. Nurgle is not here with us.
No.
Is my physical body, by any chance, still on Matt Black and in proximity to Nurgle?
No, I would tell you if Gift of the Ever-Living Ones applied.
Okay. Alright, so I heal 14.
Okay.
So you're at 19?
Yeah.
Wow, you were really low.
Yeah, not having a good time.
Okay, cool. The red cap number 3 shrieks and runs. The little guy in the grass, actually, kind of like looking around, seeing you guys running, is still clearly pissed at you for cutting his hair. Just kind of like points at his eyes and points up at you, Malachi, and goes, "You're a fucking terrible barber!" And then is going to run.
It's not my career of choice.
He's going to run, and basically start trying to put out the fire. You see him kind of like doing some sort of something where he's waving his hands around and it's sort of like getting the wheat to move. Clearly, controlling it somehow.
He casts control wheat.
If you want a better barber, you should tell the dreamer not to bring me here next time.
And his stone guy is going to kind of like stomp over and start also putting the fire out. And the other red cap is also shrieking and running. So Malachi, that is you.
I run.
Cool. And then Regin, your turn.
Yeah, keep running.
We're ditching this place.
Cool. As long as you guys don't want to do anything else, they are not between Turn the Faithless and the fire that has been started in their field, and the fact that they were really just here to protect the field anyway, they do not care enough to chase you. So you, as you kind of like sprint away, you are out of initiative, and as you're kind of like running away, looking over your shoulder, running, you do not come to an end of the field, but after like a couple of minutes of just sort of like sprinting, all of a sudden you are not running through the field anymore. Now you are again in a forest. This one is darker than the one that Regin was in.
All three of us are there, though, right?
All three of you are there, yes. All of you are together, kind of still in step with each other, still running in this forest. You see there are dark trees of all different sizes and types of trees around you. It doesn't have the sort of, like, vibrant neon quality to it that the forest you were in before did, Regin. It's just sort of normal looking. The light is as if it's, like, early evening, and in fact you can kind of see, like, a little bit of what might be a sunset sort of filtering through the trees. It's quiet, although you do hear, like, a little bit of bird song, kind of the noise of animals around you, just a sort of gentle, quiet forest. And from somewhere ahead of you, you come to realize you can hear faint music.
Oh, maybe that's the party.
I don't want to go to that party.
Do you think maybe it's the sort of party where everyone has first aid kits?
The dreamer was encouraging me to go to the party, so I feel like it's probably not the best idea, but also I feel like she's gonna get us there no matter what.
While we're here, can anyone heal me?
Yes, I can.
Yeah, come here, buddy.
I look down at my legs and my knees are just so bruised and swollen.
You guys also potentially could, not to tell you what to do.
Short rest?
Yeah, there does not seem to be any kind of immediate threats around you in this moment. And the sounds of the party are not getting closer.
I'd be down to short rest.
Finn, here you go, buddy. You get 5 points back.
Thanks.
Is that a disposable resource? Because we could just short rest.
Doesn't hurt to help. He's down bad.
You also still have the espresso shots, which...
We can sniff?
Yeah. It'll shorten the short rest.
Okay, alright, you know what? If we're doing this, then I want to try something first. And I stand shakily on my damaged shins. And then I want to try to cast Dream on myself.
Okay, where are you trying to go?
Well, basically what I want to do is, if this is like a magical dream space, I want to see if by casting Dream, a spell that allows you to control dreams, if I can turn God mode on, or something like that.
Uh-huh. So, you're trying to, I guess, who, are you targeting, like, yourself? Or are you targeting, like, no one? Or are you targeting anyone in particular?
My thinking was targeting myself so I can enter my own dream, if this is a dream, quote-unquote. Like, mechanically, because it says you have to target a person. But if you'll allow it, I also would like to just target the world that I'm currently in.
Okay. You cast Dream. This is a new spell to you. You've only done this once before. And you're still not totally... You didn't experience it. You gave it to Baleen, and so you've never really done this before. But you sort of target your own consciousness and also kind of the world around you. And Malachi and Regin both disappear. The forest around you disappears.
Whoa.
Oops.
And you find yourself standing in just a gray space. It's like just... You are just standing in a space that feels entirely neutral. Just there. In front of you is a beautiful woman. She is wearing this, like, gorgeous dress, that looks like it's made of, like, overlapping, like, leaves and flower petals and greenery, sort of, like, moss dripping off of her. She has this beautiful jewelry, these gems that look like they were just sort of, like, almost looks like stars plucked from the sky, or, like a dewdrop on a leaf. She has this long, flowing hair that kind of, like, waves in an unseen wind, and these very, very long, pointed ears. She's standing in front of you with her hands pressed together in a sort of, like, prayer position, and her eyes are shut.
Is it safe to assume that this is the dreamer?
assume whatever.
Based on, because I did catch a glimpse of her bottom half in the scrying pool.
This does look. The skirts look very similar.
Aha. Jeez. What do I do with this?
I don't know. I didn't think I was gonna get this far.
I cast Create Water to create a cup of warm water that I put her hand in, thus causing her to wet herself. Okay. So I'm going to take my soaked clothes and just take like a sleeve or something and wring it out a bit to get out some water, and then with shape water, catch that water, and then splash it into the dreamer's face.
Okay. You splash water into the dreamer's face. I need an intelligence saving throw from you. And I also need a perception check.
I don't suppose he gets my aura.
Good question. I'm gonna say yes on the aura, actually.
Nice. 21 on the save.
Okay.
Nice.
9 on the perception.
Yeah. A 21 fails. You, Finn, you splash this water into her face, and kind of in that second, you see behind you. It's a weird sort of like effect where your own vision almost like goes third person for a second, and you see yourself standing between. You've got this archfey standing in front of you, eyes still closed, has just had water splashed into your face, but you suddenly become aware that behind you there is something else. There is floating an enormous eye. Coming out of it, there are these stalks with other eyes on the end. All of them closed. The giant eye is closed, and all of the smaller eyes are also closed. This being that is just floating behind you. So it's you, and then the archfey in front of you, and the eye behind you. And as you splash water into the archfey's face, you see the eyes behind you open.
Good morning.
I need a Constitution saving throw, still with aura.
11.
Okay. You take 19 radiant damage. Are you still up?
Yeah.
Okay.
Now you're glad you had that 5 from me.
Hell yeah.
Actually, yeah, I have exactly 5 remaining.
Cool. And you are also blinded.
Ah!
And you hear a voice kind of reverberating around you like, "Now that was rude."
I don't think you have a leg to stand on when it comes to rudeness. Speaking of legs, notice mine? They got kicked a whole bunch by some very rude fungi. You cannot kind of see what is happening around you. You still cannot see, but we actually are going to go ahead and roll initiative to see if you get a chance to act, if you'd like it, before she does what she's going to do next. Malachi and Regin don't get to roll.
Whoa.
16.
Okay. You do have an action if you'd like it. You cannot see anything, and Finn does not necessarily know that initiative was just rolled.
Hey, if you die in a dream, maybe you just wake up.
Yeah, that's what everyone says. Well, talking's a free action. Mm-hmm. Well, first I just say, hi, the dreamer, I presume?
You presume?
I do, yes. What gives? Can I go home? Or at least just back to my ship?
A soft chuckle, although she does sound a little... It sounds to you, Finn, as if she's sort of struggling to regain her footing. All in due time, all in due time. I merely wished to get to know you and your friends a bit better. But it is very, very rude to surprise a lady while she's sleeping.
Again, no offense, or honestly, some offense, but, like, you are very rude and mean, so not really gonna take that into consideration.
Oh, I hear I've created this beautiful world and invited you to a party, and my daughters are thrilled to meet you.
Your world sucks. I'm extremely wounded.
You met a cool fish, didn't you?
That's true. I'll give you that one. That was pretty neat.
See, I thought you'd like that one.
I liked that. Yeah. All right. Yeah, you got me. You got me a little bit there.
It's a beautiful world. If you'd only stay, you'd see.
Okay, but I've got a lot of stuff to do.
Oh.
Really can't stay here.
Are you waylaid?
And
was there something time-sensitive you were trying to do?
yes.
Oh.
What is this? You're like an omniscient, all-powerful being. You know the situation. You know why I feel the way I do, and you know why I want to leave.
Oh, powerful. You flatter me.
Yeah, I do. I hear Faye like that.
Wow, you've got me there. We do.
All right, see, now we're understanding each other.
Would you like to get out of my dream?
You mean like this specific space I'm in right now, or out of the whole...
Yes, out of this specific battle of wits we're having. One that you won't win, I'm assuring you.
Well, I mean, maybe, but then what happens?
Well, you wake up, and then you go to the party.
See, that's not gonna work for me.
I don't know if you've ever had a lot of dreams, Finn Fisher, but you,
I've had many, yeah.
generally you just sort of end up where you're trying to go.
Right, see, that's great cryptic Faye advice if I didn't know that you actively wanted to harm me and my
Oh.
friends. You see the sticking point there?
Come now, you annoyed about my red caps?
Yes! I've made that very clear!
Oh, I'm sorry about your shins.
Will you heal me?
That's not necessarily one of my specialties. But perhaps if you went to the party, there's some delicious food there.
See, I'm not stupid.
See, this is if you would eat the Fey food and stay in the dream, maybe you'd be healed, but no.
I don't think I mean, maybe I'd be healed, but I'd be trapped here forever. Listen!
Mortals are always insisting on playing by their own rules.
Madam the Dreamer, I may be just a happy-go-lucky guy from a backwater village, but I'm also keyed into some pretty fucking ancient power, and I know a thing or two about dealing with other said ancient magical powers. I'm not like a random mortal who you can play your games with. I mean, obviously you can play your games with me because you're more powerful than me, but I'm not going to be as happy about it as some may be. So please, either send me back to the ship, or... That's the only option. Do that.
Okay.
Really? Wow, I didn't think that was going to work. I was just sort of railing at you.
Sure. I'll send your ship back.
That's not what I said.
Isn't it?
That's not even twisting my words. That's just fully misquoting me.
All right. I'll send you back to your ship.
Okay.
All right.
Great.
Open your eyes.
Okay. Well, I'm blinded, you see.
Right. Let me fix that.
This whole scene, Finn has been, like, gesticulating and talking, but at, like, a 90-degree angle to where the dreamer actually is.
He's been talking to the eyes.
Finn, are you willing to... You feel like an action start to happen. Are you willing to let it happen? It is still technically your turn, so I'm allowing for...
Yeah, I don't see this going anywhere else.
Okay. Malachi and Regin, from you guys' perspective, Finn cast the spell, closed his eyes, stood there, and then all of this happened in a fraction of a second. The two of you experienced no passage of time. All that happened was Finn closed his eyes for a second, and then in another second, he was more injured than he has been, and also teleported 5 feet over from where he is, and now Matt Black in its shrunken form is sitting in front of him on the ground.
Fuck.
Yeah, okay.
Finn?
Yeah.
That's still you?
Finn, the blindness clears.
That was nothing.
You sure about that? Looks like that was something.
Did Matt Black attack you?
No, I talked to the dreamer.
Oh, that bitch.
Yeah, it wasn't very civil.
Yeah, it wasn't a productive conversation, I suppose.
No, I guess I got Matt Black. Maybe that's helpful.
Finn, I will allow for an insight check or... an insight check and a nature check.
21 for insight, 10 for nature.
Okay. With a 10, Finn does not recognize what that thing was that was floating behind him. With that insight check, though, you do kind of discern that what was in front of you, the form of the Archfey, felt like the way that this dream around you feels. In that it's real in the sense that it can hurt you, and, like, the things that are happening here are really happening, and it's a physical space that's occupied. But there's also a definite kind of unreal quality to it. The creature you saw behind you felt real in the way that neutral space was real. In a more kind of, like, concrete and, still distinctly strange and in some way constructed, but, like, at the core of the dream, that's what the aberration felt like. That form felt more real than the form of the Archfey, in a way that is a little bit hard to describe, but which Finn can just kind of intuit.
Huh.
And that was where the beam that hit you came from.
Well, I also think the dreamer looks like a bunch of eyes.
Hold on. What?
One big eye in the middle, bunch of little eyes on stalks coming off of it.
No, we saw her skirts, didn't we?
Eye creatures can wear skirts.
So true.
And also, it's illusions. It's figments. That's her whole stock in trade. She could make herself look like whatever she wants.
Oh, like that's, like, she's just eyes and she wants to look like a beautiful skirty lady?
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay. I guess. I mean, I'll take your word.
Right, I'm not sure what that has to do with anything, but there it is. There you have it.
So a bunch of eyes, huh? Now I feel even stupider.
Right, we got tricked by a bunch of eyes.
Right? Not even for the first time, even.
Right, God, I wish we get tricked by someone with, like, opposable thumbs, at least. And she really wants us to go to that party. Oh, yeah, and her daughters will be there, apparently, so maybe we'll see Lizzie.
We have to go to this fucking party because it's a rush event. We have to be there if we're gonna be recruiting pledges. I mean, it's a whole fucking thing.
This sucks.
So you guys, take a breath.
Our short rest?
Yeah, settle down to short rest. You can still hear the faint music. Sounds like, flutes and pipes and a little bit of drumming underneath it all. You also can very faintly, especially as you sit there for longer, hear, like, the sounds of, like, talking and chatter and maybe even someone singing. But you sort of take a rest, patch up your wounds, and that is where we will end our session for today.
Good.
Okay, thank you so much for listening. If you enjoyed that, which we certainly hope you did, you can find us other places on the internet. We are at Ship of Fools Cast on Twitter, Tumblr, and Instagram. And you can also find us on Patreon at patreon.com/shipoffools, where we have lots of fun bonus content. We just recently had an episode come out of our side campaign, Folio, where Andy takes the three of us and our friend Jojo Jones through the plots of various Shakespeare plays, and we generally try to make them go better, although, with varying degrees of success and varying definitions of better. So if that's something that interests you, you can find that over on Patreon. As always, we have some people we need to thank. Thank you so much to Theo Golden for our beautiful logo art. You can find him at tgoldenart on Instagram. And thank you to Lucas Mangold for our stirring theme music. You can contact him at lucascarlmusic@gmail.com, Carl with a K, for all of your nautical music needs, or if you just want to say hi. And we will be back with episode 52 on July 19th. Thank you so much for listening, and until then, we will see you on the open seas. Bye!
God, see, I can think of a lot of cool stuff, but I don't want Hannah to kill me.
I have Revivify.
I thought you didn't have Revivify till next level.
No, that was the level we just reached.
Oh, hell yeah.
I mean, that doesn't mean we can just do whatever we want whenever we want.
No, so I can do whatever I want, and it's fine.
No, I'm not even there.
There's no consequences.